Christ. So if you're going to be a manager, an effective manager of what you have, then you need to be orderly, you need to be responsible, you need to be resourceful, you need to be obedient, and you need to be trusted. Can you handle these things in relation to your Creator? Can the Creator really count on you to be orderly? Meaning that you get your finances in order. Some of the things that we've talked about, life insurance, saving, entertainment, how you do what you do with your money. Do you have an order about how you do it? You get your money, you take this off the top, then you do this, and then you do this, in order. Can you be an orderly manager? Anybody ever known of a manager who was not in order? Who was disorderly? I mean, that can cause some chaos, and it doesn't just mess the manager up, it messes up other people as well. So when we're not orderly with our finances, it can wreak havoc on our lives and the people in our lives. And then be responsible. Well, we know what that means. Can you be responsible with your money? We know that there are some famous people who have a lot of money, and they just, you know, and again, you can do what you want to with your money, but there is a way to be responsible with it, and there's a way to be irresponsible with it, okay? And then be resourceful. That's when I was talking to us about looking at businesses in our community. Be resourceful. Where can you get that particular thing? And not only helping businesses in our community, but what about being resourceful and shopping around? You don't have to buy the first one you see. So that's about being resourceful with your, being a resourceful manager. And then being obedient. If the Bible is your handbook for life, if you have deemed it to be your handbook for life, then be obedient to what's in there. Reading it more, and finding out, wow, God, what do you want me to do? Because I can sit here and tell you all kinds of things, but God speaks to you. The greater one lives within you. So God wants to have a conversation with you about your finances. So just be obedient once you hear the voice of the Lord. You don't need me to tell you what to do with your money. We're serving God, we're learning, together. So are you being obedient to the things that God says? Sometimes we may be about to make a purchase, for example, and a little voice may say, now you don't need to buy that. You can buy it, but just because you can do something doesn't mean you shouldn't. So just listen and be obedient after you've heard. And then be trusted. Can God trust you with what God blesses you with? Because I think we in this room, at least, we agree that everything we have really belongs to God. And anything that we do, especially the good that we do is because of God. So can God trust you with what God has blessed you with? You want more of something that you don't even know how to manage yet. I want another job, I want a raise, I want this, I want that. What are we doing with what we already have? Can you be trusted with what you already have? So that's the manager's guide when we're thinking of managing what God has given to us. So the last thing is just a simple question. Committing to the plan. Am I ready? Am I ready? When we think about the word commitment is the state or quality of being dedicated to a cause. Are you dedicated to the cause of managing your finances in an effective way that pleases God? Are you committed to doing that? It's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of discipline. And you're not going to always do it in a perfect way, but that's okay. We're learning about how to do this. That's why this workshop is here, so that we can just talk about it and we can think about, wow, what am I doing now and what can I do better? So are you ready to do that? Are you ready? I think that some of us, we've been doing it already. But how can we be better at it? And I hope that some of the things that we talked about can help you, me, help us to see more and more of what God wants to do with our finances. What do you think? How do you feel after having heard some of these things? I know you've heard them before, but how do you feel about, do you feel like you're ready to get on your own team? That's the question. Are you ready to get on your own team? Are you ready to, in a humble way, not just putting yours, it's all about you, but are you ready to build your own empire? Again, we're building the empires of so many other places, so many other businesses, and it's okay to help folks. I'm not talking about not helping people, but that's your 90%. How much of it reflects who you are as a person? Not just by clothes on your back. There's an African proverb that says, speak less than you know, have more than you show. Speak less than you know, have more than you show. Do you have more than you show? Or is everything that you have, you know, on your back and on your feet and on your head and on your... What else do you have? Invest in yourself because you matter so much to God. And everything you have matters. When you leave here, what are you leaving? What are you leaving? So are you ready? Are you ready to get on your team?
Yes.
And stay on your team?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So are there any final questions or comments or anything on anyone's heart before we close this workshop?